Let's read this Bible story, the Exodus. This takes place in Exodus chapter 12 through chapter 14. The Egyptians urged the Israelites to hurry and leave the country, for otherwise, they said, we will all die. So the Israelites took their dough before the yeast was added, and carried it on their shoulders, and kneading troughs wrapped in clothing. The Israelites journeyed from Ramses to Succoth. There were about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children, as well as large droves of livestock, both flocks and herds. Now the length of time the Israelite people lived in Egypt was 430 years. At the end of the 430 years, to the very day, all of the Lord's divisions left Egypt. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter, for God said if they faced war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So God led the people around by the desert road toward the Red Sea. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him. After leaving Succoth, they camped in Etham on the edge of the desert. By the day the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they could travel by day or night. After the Israelites had fled, Pharaoh changed his mind about letting them go. He pursued the Israelites with his army until he caught up with them as they camped by the sea near Pi-hahiroth. When the Israelites saw the Egyptian army, they were terrified. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide the water so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground." The pillar of cloud also moved in front and stood behind them, coming between the armies of Egypt and Israel. So Moses obeyed. That night he raised his staff over the seas, and the waters divided. The Israelites went across with a wall of water on their right and left. The Egyptians followed them into the sea, but the Lord threw them into confusion and caused the wheels to fall off their chariots. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and at daybreak the sea went back into its place. The water flowed back and covered the chariots and horsemen. And the entire army of Pharaoh that had followed the Israelites into the sea, not one of them survived. Understanding the story. The Israelites are given dramatic proof that God is the architect of their deliverance from slavery. The Exodus is the beginning of God's plan for the chosen people. Through the leadership of Moses, God brings the Israelites safely out of Egypt to begin their journey to the Promised Land. Thank you, Lord, for your word, and thank you. We'll come on back and we'll do it again.